Hello, welcome to Trinity Continuum Aeon Skirmish at Khantze. Sorry about the late start. As usual, a gremlin or six cropped up, because we're having a bad appliance day, that's all. So, today we are going to play a one-shot in the Trinity Continuum in the Aeon setting. It is set in the year 2123. There was in the early 21st century, a group of superpowered humans that were referred to at the time as novas started to crop up. And at first, they started engaging in things like costume superheroics, and many of them worked for corporations or worked with the United Nations to try to do things like reverse the effects of climate change, or create new technologies, basically make humanity better and brighter. But the powers that the Novas tapped into were believed to be inherently corrupting, and many of them pushed themselves too far and went insane. That led to a lot of destruction, and eventually what became known as the Aberrant War broke out, where various novas from different countries were fighting with one another. The people were turning on the novas, and it ultimately ended in the Chinese ultimatum, which basically was they told all the novas, you can either leave Earth or we're going to nuke it from orbit. So the novas left, leaving Earth in a desolate ruin. And over the next several decades, there was areas that were permanently blighted with the taint and the corruption of these energies that the novas were using. Some places still had cults that worshipped them, and occasionally one would crawl up from one of these corrupted zones and have to be put down by the military. And then at the dawn of the 22nd century, a group of aberrants attacked Sydney Spaceport in Australia, and were met by a force of psionic individuals that called themselves scions. And once the battle was done, they revealed themselves publicly. They said that they had gained technology to allow humanity to tap into its psychic potential, and revealed not only that the existence of themselves, but also a selection of biotechnology that they had developed using these psychic powers. This has, over the last several years, sort of pushed, about the last 2 decades or so, sort of pushed humanity out into the stars. There are now extrasolar colonies. Biotechnology is an active part of everyday life, and there are centers to test people's psychic potential all over the world. Those scions join a number of psi orders or go off to become freelancers. There's also the Aeon Trinity, which works with the United Nations, has been around since before the Age of Novas as a philanthropic organization. And they sort of coordinate these efforts to maintain the extrasolar colonies. They keep an eye on technology to make sure that nothing too dangerous happens, like what happened with the technology from the Aberrant War. And they kind of offer a worldwide governmental oversight. The players will be assuming the roles of scions today. Let's go through and just touch base real quick. I know that these are pre-gens that have been just handed out, so let's touch base with everybody and see what they're playing and what questions they might have. We're going to start with Trick. Trick, why don't you tell us what character you selected?
I'm a Legionnaire. whatever that means. And they go by Fyrus.
Excellent. And the Legionnaires are basically space marines, psychic space marines. They're trained to serve as humanity's protectors, and they're stationed out of Australia. They were the main responders, or the biggest number of responders when the Sydney spaceport was attacked. You are pyrokinetic. It's thermokinesis and pyrokinesis are your powers that character has. So thermokinesis is heat and cold. Pyrokinesis is control of energy fields. Let's see who's next. Ailey.
Hello, I'm playing Charlo, the psychic Fix-It, which I guess makes me a mechanic.
You are a mechanic. You have you have a little bit of biokinesis. You're able to sort of stretch your body and reshape your limbs a little bit. But your principal power is technokinesis, which allows you to interface with technology psychically. So that's fun. And your character is a freelance scion, does not belong to any psi order. So you're there basically as a hired contract. Next up, Jeremy, who are you playing?
I am going to play Talako, the combat specialist. Her Legion's path is Norsa.
Yes, the Norsa are biokinetics. They can control their bodily functions, reshape themselves, build weapons from their limbs, things along those lines. They're based out of South America and are considered national heroes in most nations of South America. They're very much celebrated as the saviors of the Sud-American people. And then last but most certainly not least, we've got Chaz. Who are you playing?
So I am playing Talos, the medical practitioner.
Excellent. And yeah, Talos is part of the Aesculapian order. I never pronounce that right. Everybody calls them Rexes. They are vitakinetics. They're able to heal and harm people psionically. So you can basically supplement your medical knowledge with psychic ability, making you pretty amazing at healing people. And we're going to dive right in. For those of you who are either playing or watching that are unfamiliar with the Story Path system, it is published by Onyx Path Publishing. It's what's used for Trinity, what's used for Scion, what's used for Dystopia Rising. They came from beneath the sea. All these different sort of cinematic, action-y kind of things. And we will be going through a bit of how the system works, because our tale today is also built as a bit of a tutorial. So the basic backstory is thus. You have each been contacted you've each been made aware of an opportunity with the Aeon Trinity. They are hiring people of your skill sets to staff a flight on a Leviathan jump ship. Leviathan jump ships are massive biotech spacecraft that are able to use the senses of a clairvoyant to lock on to interstellar locations and transport their passengers and cargo there. They're extremely rare and relatively new. There is a psi order that also allows people to teleport, like it teaches teleportation powers. They're very rare. It's very difficult to do. And for a time, they disappeared from settled space. So while they were gone, that was when the Leviathans were first built. And so you have each gone to Luna to sort of look into getting on this Leviathan crew. The name of the Leviathan is Mabuhay. Its mission is to basically do a circuit of settled space. So in the time while the Leviathans were being built, all of the extrasolar colonies were effectively cut off from human contact outside of themselves. Mabuhay is on sort of a goodwill mission to stop at each colony and, say, hey, how's it going, without it having to be like a super pressing, like, you need supplies X, and this is all this ship is doing. Mabuhay is going to kind of run around behind the ships doing that and be like, here's a couple more extra supplies, and how's everybody feeling, and hugs, and it's part PR stunt, part supply run. But it's a chance to tour settle space, and the pay is incredible. Also, those of you who are part of Psi Orders, your Psi Order would definitely be interested in having you aboard. Anybody have any questions about that so far? Does that all make sense? Clear as mud?
You had me at free hugs.
Love it. All right, cool. So when you arrive at Luna, the trip from Earth to Luna is usually about like 45 minutes, an hour maybe. It's relatively routine. There are multiple flights a day. No different than, modern commercial air flight. Your flight in is relatively uneventful. And when you arrive, you're taken by train to Thompson Spaceport. Thompson Spaceport is inside of a massive crater. And as you're sort of riding up to the outside, you can see down in the crater several bays that are large enough for these Leviathans to be dry docked. The sheer scale of it is massive and mind-blowing. But you also can see just above the lunar horizon one of the Leviathans floating there, and there are frigates, probably a Leviathan itself is like 2 kilometers long. So these frigates are probably anywhere from a half a kilometer to a kilometer long, flying up and attaching themselves to the outside of it. This allows ships that are not outfitted with a Tesser drive for side jumps jump along with the Leviathan. And when you get inside the spaceport, you're taken to the HR section. You're introduced to a functionary by the name of Mr. Williams. And Mr. Williams says, we just have a few processes we want to run you through just to make sure that you're right for the mission. A couple of evaluations that we'd like to take. If you're all game for that? Sound reasonable?
Of course.
Wonderful. Right this way, please. And they walk you down a hallway. You go down into what looks like a large, mostly empty room with like stainless steel walls, floor, and ceiling. As soon as you step inside, Mr. Williams turns back and says, our first concern is going to be your safety. So we'd like to make sure that in the event that you run into anything dangerous, either while you're out in space or at one of the colonies, that you're prepared. So to that end, we'd like to run you through a little simulation. And he pushes a button. And when he pushes a button, the stainless steel panels on the walls open, and the entire area turns into what looks like the lunar cityscape. He disappears.
We're all gonna die.
Game over, man. Game over.
You hear a crashing noise.
Yep, definitely dead.
Gonna look towards the sound.
You see a person get flung out through like what looks like a store window. There's like a holographic mannequin in the window that sort of fizzles and fuzzes out as this person flies loose. Lands on the ground, a little cut up and bloody and apparently unconscious. And after that, you see 5 identical, basically human looking folks come stepping out through the broken window, like cracking knuckles and advancing on you in a threatening posture.
Well, aren't we here for like a PR stunt?
You are here for a PR stunt, yes.
So,
But
so who is our most charismatic? Because I'm looking at my sheet and I have 0 empathy apparently. So I assume that's not me.
Me too. I mean, knowing that they're essentially testing our ability to take care of ourselves and each other.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look at everyone else. What's that?
I assume this was one of those like in case shit hits the fan thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a step back and push those who look stronger than me ahead, and I'll be like, "Go get them."
It's not me.
wonderful.
I fell when you pushed me.
I look at everyone else and I'm like, I've got this. And I'm going to. So if I understand my character correctly, I can like turn my limbs into weapons?
Yes, to a degree. You certainly can. You have, what is it, Psychomorphing 3? Is that correct?
Psychomorphing 1. Transmogrify 3.
Transmogrify 3, okay. So, yes, with the use of Transmogrify, bring that up real quick. And by that, I mean not real quick at all, because my computer is running like garbage right now.
Yeah, I had to restart mine. We've got many gremlins shared today.
They're all
so it looks
over
like
the
that
place.
one I can change the malleability of my body so I can become like Elastic Man, in this case
Yes.
Elastic Woman, but I can also make wings.
Don't
Yeah.
you
Can't
fly away.
fly. I can't fly, but I can like glide on them.
Right, you can make gliding wings. You can come on, PDF. There we go.
But it does say that my close combat attacks automatically gain the reach tag and add the entangle tag by spending 1 success. So like, can I essentially form my arms in like Terminator, like T-1000 style, into like pokey?
Absolutely,
And just
yeah.
run up and be like, chalk, 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 chalk.
Absolutely. You can create, you can also create armor or weapons with it. You get a pool of points equal to your mode dots plus your successes in weapon tags to create these armors and weapons. So the way that armor and weapons work in StoryPath is they have various tags that give them, that have, generally will have a cost when you're purchasing it, but also give you certain effects, right? So, for example, a weapon that you hit someone with has the melee tag, which this will automatically get. The brutal tag deals an extra level of damage when you inflict damage. Grapple lets you wrap people up, things along those lines. So what would you like to have these weapons that you're fashioning do?
So yeah, I'm thinking they're just like, my arms are just like long swords that I can just stab these guys with.
Okay.
If I can also like bolster my body with armor as well, that would be amazing. But I don't know if that's a thing I can do all at the same time or.
All right. So what you'll do is you will make an activation roll, and I believe that power. Nope, doesn't cost you anything. So you'll just roll your. What are we rolling? So you'll roll your psi score. And so you'll notice on your quick bar you have 1 through 10, basically.
Yep.
So whatever that dice amount is, you'll click that and roll that many dice.
And that's under psi intolerance, correct?
Yeah, so your psi is the dots, your tolerance is the boxes. Excellent. So you have your dots in that power. So your transmogrify is 3. And then you get 1 additional success, so that's 4 tags you can buy. It automatically comes with a melee tag.
Let's do
so you could do
piercing.
Okay.
Which the numbers that are after the tags, is that how many it costs?
No, well, yes, but not when you're not for this power. You just get the tags. You don't have to pay the cost.
Gotcha. What would the tag be for me to be like armored? Hard
or soft. So hard gives you an extra health level. Soft increases the difficulty of damaging you.
Oh. Let's do soft. So she's like stab.
Okay.
You have like whip swords.
Right? All right, so we got piercing, reach, soft, and I get one more. Let's do.
You could do a second level of soft if you wanted to as well.
All I feel like is I'm role playing a hentai right now. When I'm
What's the difference between brutal and deadly?
So a brutal tag gives you, not mistaken. Let me look it up. Because one of them gives you an enhancement when you attack, and the other one changes the damage type, and I always get them backwards. Give me 2 shakes of sheep's tail to look that up. There we go, computer. Now you're behaving almost like you work. So, brutal reduces the successes necessary for the critical stunt by 1.
Nice.
Deadly means that they're more difficult to heal.
Let's do brutal.
Okay.
So you got brutal, piercing, reach, and soft.
Excellent. So now let's go ahead and make an initiative roll for everyone, since that has effectively started our combat. And the way we're going to roll initiative is everyone will sort out the lower of your athletics plus cunning or your empathy plus dexterity, whichever is lower. You'll roll that many dice, and then it will go off of your successes.
Athletics and cunning versus empathy and dexterity?
That is correct.
And you said whichever is lower?
Right, whichever is lower of the 2. Okay, so we've got 2 successes for Alien. Everybody else pulled a 0. Is that right?
That's what it
Oh,
looks
no.
like.
Did I even roll?
No, you did not roll. Go ahead and roll.
So I'm rolling what again? Because I tried to do it and now I'm worried I'm doing the wrong thing. So what am I doing?
It's the 1 through 10 on the bar, on the hot bar. So however many dice you have in your either your empathy or dexterity or your athletics and cunning, whichever is lower.
Gotta find that again. There's so much. I swear. Resolve, athletics. Oh, okay. So empathy, dexterity, or athletics and what?
Cunning.
And then you hit the number corresponding to the dots.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So however many dots you count up, you hit that number.
Cool. I failed.
Who is Bogart von Snudge?
I was wondering that.
Oh, I thought.
Get out of here, Bogart von Snudge. You're not part of this group. All right, sorry about that.
Oh,
Right.
now we're outnumbered.
So we have
Come back, Bogart.
everybody goes on a 0 except for Charlo. So Charlo, you see that this is about to turn violent. What would you like to do?
Okay. So this says Cycloak. Is that like an armor type thing?
Cycloak lets you hide your psionic abilities from others or make yourself appear like you have stronger psionic abilities.
Okay. What does Burst do?
Burst lets you focus electronic energy into a small point that's nearby. Usually that can stun somebody for a turn. Is the most physical damage it can do to someone. So it's a way to like slow somebody down, get their attention without causing them any lasting harm.
Cool.
Is that something you'd like to give a shot to?
Yeah, let's go with that. I'm a Burst.
All right.
How do I do that?
Looking her up right now. Does it list a roll there under Burst by chance?
No, it just says Burst.
Oh, in your character notes.
In my character notes?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that. Am I missing like a... Oh! What? Okay, cool. Still doesn't give me a roll.
Okay.
Wow, this is super helpful.
Okay, so go ahead and just roll your straight up psi score.
Okay. Did it.
Rock and roll. Okay, so you hit the first one with a burst, and that's going to increase their difficulty of their next action by a level of 3. You're basically giving them a complication because they're stunned for this turn. So I will put a little pair of sunglasses on this dude so we know he's stunned because he's also cool.
Hi.
So
I I know this is a simulation, but in the off chance that diplomacy is an option, we would prefer to not fight.
I love it. If you'd have said that before you stunned him, it might have had an effect.
No, I didn't hurt anybody. I'm just saying, calm down. Sometimes when I tell people to calm down, I accidentally throw energy at them. By accident.
Yeah, it's one of their nervous tics. Please be respectful.
I'm so nervous.
Your character is slowly developing Tourette's, apparently. Energy Tourette's.
Exactly. And so, who would you like to go next?
I guess I'll try.
No, I'm sorry. So, Ailey, you get to, when you finish your turn, you get to decide who goes next.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
I guess Trick can go.
Oh, hey, look at that. Okay, so since it seems like diplomacy is no longer an option, I have this ability called Flash, and it says that I can attack with heat, flame, or cold.
Yes.
Attack automatically possesses an enchantment equal to its mode dots.
Yeah.
What
so
does
if you
that mean?
an enhancement. So if you look down at the bottom of at the second sheet where it says weapons, you should have the stats for your attack with your heat burn.
Oh, so there's thermokinesis, sonic pistol, and weapon 3.
Yeah.
Which is nothing.
Right. So your thermokinesis has those stats to them. The way enhancement works is if you have enhancement on a roll, you'll make your targeting roll to hit.
Okay.
And then if you get successes, the enhancement adds to that to buy stunts. So it's automatic successes that you get on top of the existing success. Follow what I'm saying?
So it automatically possesses 2 enchantment equal to its mode dot since it has 2 EN?
Right.
Thermokinesis?
Right. That's why it's two enhancement, because you have 2 dots in the mode. You follow what I'm saying? Your thermokinesis is 2, which is why the burst's enhancement is 2. I prefigured it out for you.
Yeah. It doesn't make me feel any smarter that you.
So if you want, for example, let's say you wanted to throw, you want to throw fire or ice at this person.
Yes.
Do you have a preference as to which?
We'll do fire.
All right, you're going to throw fire at this person. So that would require an aim roll, and then I would ask you, which of your attributes are you going to rely on for your aim? Are you going to rely on your dexterity because of how precise you are? Are you going to rely on quick thinking and fling it with cunning? Are you going to rely on your might and just angrily chuck fire at this thing?
Yes, the last one.
The might? All right.
Yes.
Excellent. So you'll roll the total of your aim plus might dots.
So my might plus what?
Aim.
Aim?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be 6.
Yep, so just tap the 6.
I really wish the character sheet could let me see the notes and the character sheet at the same time.
I know. Right?
So I was like, and I'm just constantly going back and forth. Did I do it?
Yeah, so you got 3 successes to hit with a +2 enhancement, so that's a total of 5 successes. With that, you need 1 to use the inflict wounds stunt if you want. And then you could, with the 4 leftover successes, you could buy a critical, so it would deal 2 levels of damage.
And how much does a critical cost per purchase? 4, or is it just like 1
it's
per?
4 to buy a critical normally.
Okay, and what if I don't want to buy a critical? Are those successes just wasted?
No, you can buy other things. So like you could, for example, like if you wanted to push them down, you could spend success to do that. And you could also add those successes as you could generate complications for them. So, for example, if you were throwing fire,
Like I could burn their eyes shut.
right? Yeah, you could say. Well, you could say like, yeah, you have a +2 complication that you're blinded from the smoke of the flames burning your shirt into your face, and so until you overcome that complication by getting successes on your side, that will act as a penalty.
So I'll hit them and inflict wounds for 1 success, right?
Okay.
And then I'll knock them down for 2.
Yep.
And then I'll make them blind for the last 2.
Okay. Excellent. So they're flash blinded and they hit the ground. And as soon as they hit the ground, they basically like kick for a minute and then pass out.
Oh, yeah. So I opened my trench coat as a space marine and used flash, and then I killed a person. I got it.
They're at least knocked out. So, who would you like to go next?
Chaz.
All right.
I feel like I made the wrong choice based on the smirk.
There's not much I can do because all my actual attacks are like run up and like touch them to inflict the psionic power into them. Yeah.
I just knocked a dude down.
That is true. Yeah, your attacks do rely on you touching a person.
And while normally Chaz is all about that, I think I'm just gonna look at Tlako and be like, "You look wiggly," and like tap her on the back, and I'll stay back to see if anyone like gets burned, and I'll like go through my notes on being attacked by these. I don't know. I'll just pass the turn.
Right. You're like, I got nothing. I'm not a fighter.
Yeah, I'm not going up there. So,
all right. Then, would you like to pass it on to Tlako then, or are you going to hand it off to the enemies?
Oh,
just bear in mind if you all go and the enemies have not gone, they get to go twice.
They all get to. Twice in a no. I'm gonna look at number 5. Like you look like you want to do something.
There's mechanics becoming.
Your hesitation allows one of them to sneak in.
Yeah, I was like, oh
no. So they rush forward. 2 of them are going to target you, and by you I do mean Tlako, because you're scary looking. One is going to run up to Charlo. And one is going to run up to Phyrus. And they're each going to take a punch aid. So now you may decide how you wish to defend. You can, generally speaking, if you haven't taken an action yet, you can use a defensive stunt. You can try to get a higher defense. Otherwise, it's just your straight up resistance attribute for the type of attack that you're getting. So everybody who's being attacked has acted this turn, correct? No,
Tlako hasn't.
Tlako has not.
Yeah, I've attacked though.
So Tlako, you're capable of rolling to try to get a higher defense. Otherwise, your stamina will just be the difficulty of their attack.
Can you tell me what the fast planning trick is?
What the fast planning trick does is you have a momentum pool. Okay? There are currently 4 points in the group momentum pool. If everybody in the group agrees, you can spend a point from that momentum pool to activate your skill tricks. The fast planning skill trick allows you to shout an order to somebody else, and then they get a +1 enhancement when they're trying to do that order.
Gotcha.
Okay. You can also spend momentum for extra dice, or to overcome complications.
Let me look at my stamina. So I love the fact that my close combat is capoeira, because I just start like spinning around, and then I have like these elongated, weird noodle knife arms. So I am going to try and use that to my benefit and try and make it harder for them to hit me.
All right, why don't you go ahead and roll your dexterity, just your unmodified dexterity, and we will apply that. We'll allow you to buy defensive stunts with the successes from that. So
One success.
with one success, really all you can do is add one complication, like by ducking. So it'll be your stamina plus 1.
Okay.
Is their difficulty. So they take a swipe at you, and they get one success. Obviously, that does not hit.
Okay.
So the first one swings wide. The second one also swings wide with a single success. They are unable to overcome
my noodliness.
Your noodliness. You out-noodle them. So that brings us to the one who is facing off with Charlo. They're going to walk up and try to kick you. What is your stamina?
Rude.
What is my what?
Stamina.
My stamina is 4.
All right, so they get you like in the thigh, but you're able to kind of roll with it. It's not enough to like really hurt you too bad.
Ha.
Then the last one is going to take a swing at Virus. With 3 successes, what's Virus's stamina?
4.
All right, excellent. They punch you in the face, and you like.
I deserve that.
Yeah. You take it, but you're otherwise good to go. Actually, no, they were at a higher difficulty, so they actually swing and miss even, and they will hand the initiative to Tlako.
I deserve that too. So the initiative was handed to me then, you said, or Jeremy?
To Jeremy.
Okay, they're muted.
That is true.
Yeah, I was like, am I confused?
So the medic is this person, right?
Yeah. No, the medic's standing right next to you.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to whip my noodle arms around and try and hit the TC Aeon character template 4.
Excellent. So you will roll your. Well, that'll be close combat to hit. What attribute are you going to tie that to? What attribute are you going to rely on for that?
We're going to do might. Just going to stab these noodle arms through their face.
Excellent. So yeah, roll might in close combat. Your difficulty, based on their defense, will be. Sorry, on top of my computer being a butt, my good mouse died 5 minutes before stream. I'm using a subpar mouse. I think Twitch itself is acting a little screwy too. Thanks, Twitch. Your difficulty is 1, so you just need your first success will be eaten up by trying to hit them.
4 successes.
Excellent. So you can inflict a wound with the first success. That leaves you 2 left over to buy any stunts that you would buy if you wanted to knock them down. Or
is there a stunt that I can use to whip around and hit number 5?
Normally, so the characters that you're fighting are what's considered mooks. So normally, no. But when you're fighting like mooks, like pop-up targets, absolutely.
Okay.
So yeah, you sort of stretch through the first one and then like bounces off their chin and gets the second one and knocks them both out. These are apparently very glass-jawed enemies that you're facing. So 2 drop. who would you like to pass it off to?
So I'm going to glance over at Telos and be like, get out of the way. And it's Chaz's turn.
Okay. Is there? Okay, so I'm just gonna try to do a thing next to the one next to me. I'm gonna like squeeze his arm and like kind of poke and try to what's it called? Assault that one.
Okay, excellent. So you'll need to grab them. That will require a close combat roll. And what attribute would you rely on for your close combat skill?
So I don't have any attributes. All of mine are like 0.
All of yours are what?
Yeah, I don't have any dots in there, but it does have like 2 dots next to the assault title. So do I just
should be in there? Let me look at your character.
Accidentally gimped character sheet.
See what got broken? Yeah. That's funny. They shouldn't be empty. Oh, look at that. Totally empty. I'll fix that real fast. If my mouse ever starts working. Come on, mouse. There we go. You can do it. I believe in you. This is what you should have. Are you seeing them appear on your sheet magically?
yeah.
That's what you should have. Sorry.
Okay. That makes. Okay, so then I'm going to pick Intellect. Just like I want to hit you like right there underneath the 3rd rib because that's where the assault rib bone is.
Yeah, absolutely. So intellect close combat. You have a difficulty of 1. So you have to hit 1 success. Everything beyond that will count.
Where is the close combat? Okay, so that is 1.
Okay, so you grab a hold of me, get a good, solid, firm grip.
Mm-hmm.
And assault just deals like your psi mode in damage, right?
Yeah. It is. Additional enhancement equal to mo dots divided by 2 plus success rolled.
Okay, yeah. So then you would also roll your psi. Does it have a cost?
Yeah, 2 or 1 psi point.
Yep. So spend 1 of your psi points and roll your psi.
So that would make this a 9. And where's the psi roll? 3. Click.
All right, so you get an extra 3 enhancement. So,
Good God. Okay.
so that's 5 enhancement. So you could do a critical success if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Or does it list other particular things you can buy with those?
Yes, I can. Let me see. Aggravated, brutal, combined stun, destructive, but only for natural biotic armors, non-lethal, pushing, stun, and weighted.
Right. So you could put the non-lethal tag on it and just make sure you really, really, really knock them the fuck out.
Okay, so yeah, we'll non-lethal.
Okay.
What does brutal do again?
Brutal makes it. You basically cut through their armor. It makes it harder for them to resist.
Okay. Well, then we'll just go like non-lethal and then critical. I think
Right.
that's all 5.
Yep.
It's just
Yeah, so you grab him and like he like shakes and his eyes roll back in his head, some foam comes out of his mouth and he passes out.
and then I'm going to walk away.
And who are you handing your initiative to?
Trick, what's your character's name? I'm gonna hand it to Trick. There's just that one standing. I was like,
Virus.
Virus, do the thing.
The thing will be, I guess, another flash. Because there's only one left, right?
That is correct.
All right. So I roll a 6 like last time.
Yeah, you rolled it, make the same roll.
1 success.
All right, you chuck that fire at him, and he like ducks underneath it. Who would you like to go after that?
Him.
All right, he's going to come up at you with an uppercut.
I have 4 stamina.
You do gain a point of momentum though because you didn't make the roll. He swings and misses horribly, and hands it off to Charlo.
Can I hack the simulation?
Absolutely,
My technokinesis?
you absolutely can.
Neat.
So.
I'm not a fighter. I don't even think I have weapons.
Yeah, I should have shot him with my gun.
Dang it.
All right.
Failed.
Oh, you get to roll. It's not just your psi though. You get to
No,
roll,
that's my plus my telekinesis or my technokinesis.
Is it psi plus technokinesis? Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So you try to hack into the simulation, and it's too strong. You can't get into it.
Dang it.
Who would you like to give initiative to?
Let's go with. Well, Trick lit that one dude on fire. That was neat. Let's do that.
All right. So you bop it back over to Virus. Virus, what you got?
I'm going to shoot him with my gun.
All right. You just,
Yeah.
all right. That would be an aim
has
roll.
it has 1 EN, but
Right.
does that mean anything for this? Is it just my aim?
Yeah, it'd be your aim plus whatever attribute you feel makes the most sense to rely on. Normally, that would be dexterity for aim, but like again, if it's like quick thinking, cunning could apply. If you're keeping your cool, like if you're focusing on keeping calm, composure plus aim would be okay.
Can I be pissed?
You can be
Can you use
pissed.
might?
But no, you can't use might to aim a gun.
All right, so it's 4 then. It's not. There it went.
All right. So you fire, and he like as you bring up your gun to shoot, he like blocks it like Mission Impossible style, and it goes off right next to his head. Also, you gain another momentum in the pool for Ailey's hacking failure, by the way. So now you have 6 momentum.
And what does momentum do?
You can spend it to re-roll. You can spend it to get extra dice. You can spend it to overcome complications if the whole group is cool with it.
And it lasts forever, or
No, as soon as it's gone, you use it that turn, and then it's gone.
Oh, so like I won't have 6 momentum next turn. Is what you're saying?
No, your momentum stays in the pool until it's spent or used.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It lasts forever until we use it.
Right. Or
Like,
until
does
the
it
next
disappear after a fight, though? Is what I'm getting at.
disappears at the end of the game. So you keep momentum throughout the session.
Got it. Okay.
It is snowing outside, and that's some bullshit. All right.
I guess I'll pass it off back to him.
Okay. He'll swing at you again. That's 2. So he like catches you in the jaw, but again, you're tough enough that you take it, and he will hand it off to Talos.
I have no way to attack this thing. You know what? Flacco, there you go. Just go wiggle over there.
All right, now you don't have to, because you've got the reach tag, you don't actually have to move.
I was going to ask, is it like 1 extra square or 2?
No, so the way that you can basically hit anything that's within a close range band. So
nice.
It's sort of a there's no specific distances. I think there might be like a list in meters for the stretching bit, but it's like dozens of meters. Like it's you can reach a ways.
Amazing. Yeah, so I'm going to spin around and get the momentum and then just wing my arms at it. Double check. 7.
Nice.
2 successes.
So you reach across, like, as he's uppercutting Phyrus, you look down and see another fist just enter your frame of view and like knock this dude cold, and then like spaghetti back to the body. The street flickers, and you see the room that you were in again. But instead, now there is a table on the center of the room. You hear a voice over like a PA system. That was a great job. You did a wonderful, wonderful job. Next up, we have a technical thing we'd like to run you through, just to check your capabilities there. We have this device that you see on the table. You see a holographic copy of a mini-comp, which is basically the common mobile computer, appear on the table. There's a coded communication stored on that device that details plans for an upcoming aberrant attack. We need you to get inside the system and locate the data. The only intelligence that we have is that the communication is text-based and includes their code word banana. Good
Code
luck.
word what?
Banana.
Banana?
Banana,
Oh,
The
like
fruit.
banana the fruit.
Banana.
Cool. All right, I head over to that.
All right.
So I can tap to read encrypted data.
You can tap to read encrypted data. And that, I don't believe, costs you anything, right? There's no cost associated with that?
I don't think so. So enigmas plus intellect. Two successes.
Wonderful. All right. So you crack into the basic, through the basic security of the system. You're able to access and open the device. You're able to read it just fine. However, you're going to need to do a little bit of searching to try to find the actual information you're looking for.
Okay.
So what sort of search parameters do you want to run on it?
I don't know anything about
Well, I mean, you're looking through a computer.
I guess I'm looking for banana.
All right, so you're just going to do a find on banana. Go ahead and give me a computer intellect roll, please.
What intellect roll?
Computer. Sorry. Or technology, I'm sorry.
Technology. Okay.
Yeah.
To a success.
Excellent. So as you're digging through that system, you find 3 different messages that include the word banana. Each of them, none of them seem to obviously detail an upcoming attack. They all look like maybe they're written in some sort of coded language, or they're just very mundane discussions of fruit, one of the two. So how might you all go about trying to sort out which one is the true coded message and which two are just recipes for daiquiris?
Try making them all into daiquiris, and the one that fails, and I will drink the other 2.
You ever seen Monty Python, The Holy Grail?
It's way too long for that to be useful.
More worried about the bunny at the end.
Build a bridge out of her!
Does who sent the message and who was the recipient, does that help at all?
Sure. You can see that 2 of the messages are from a blocked address. In other words, the address was not conveyed with the message. So you've eliminated one of the 2.
Okay, definitely between these 2.
Enigmas could help you with it.
Sorry, I have nothing in any of the skills, so my character is just wait, the files are in the computer? Can we just throw it on the ground and break it, and then they'll come out?
I have 2 points in technology, but I assume that's not going to be enough to really help.
I have enigmas.
Yeah, go ahead and make an enigmas. What
I have 1 enigma.
What ability would you be relying on for this?
I'm thinking cunning, since I'm trying to decode. It's less of a pure knowledge thing and more of a cleverness thing.
Okay, yeah, that works for me. So let's do a cunning enigmas.
Okay. Well, does it want to click the thing?
There we go. Look at that, 2 successes. With that, you're able to start to put together through repeated words, basically. You're able to start to put together which one of these is a code. And you're fairly confident that you have identified the appropriate encoded message.
Got it.
The room goes just a little bit dimmer for a moment. You hear the voice say, very well. Looks like you have succeeded.
Charlotte, were the other 2 daiquiri recipes? Because if you could send those to me, that would be awesome.
The door that you walked in opens up, and Mr. Williams steps in and says, excellent. We just have one more thing, I guess, to cover, which is I would like you to give me your pitch as to why you feel you should be included in this mission.
I'm still seething with rage, so I'm going to point my gun at him. And be like, is this a good enough reason?
Is that what you'd like to do?
Yes.
Jedi, that guy.
He says,
I don't know. Being locked on a ship with that one.
He says, are you okay? Do you need help?
I just cock the gun.
He,
Like, do you usually have to have like people succeed psychological tests before you send them out?
he puts his hands up.
Sweet. Can we go now?
Are you putting the gun away?
No, are we leaving?
He says, I can't let you leave. This is very uncalled for.
This is a fabrication of your doing. This is the outcome that was always a possibility with the games you're playing.
He starts crying.
I'll go stand between them and like
I was gonna say I'm just
try
gonna
and
walk out
usher
the door.
the crying
Just
man
ignore.
out of the
As soon as he starts crying, I'm just gonna leave.
Hide behind the medic.
So the rest of you are escorted to the Leviathan. Phyrus, you're met shortly after you get outside by a couple of your superiors in the Legion. Say, you okay?
I just did what I had to do. What do you mean?
You seem to have had an episode back there.
The episode would have been had if his brains were on the floor, but they're not. And we got out and we passed the test. So if you'd like to stop me from not doing my job some more, I have a job that I need to go to.
I understand, but we do need to just make sure that we adjust your propensity for violent tendencies. And
While he's talking, my hand is like going to my gun.
and they start to use telepathy to make you less violent.
Yeah, so I named my character Phyrus, which is like a play on the word of fire in Latin. So they were just going to be perpetually pissed all the time. They're just going to have anger problems. So I'm going to say it worked until they stop.
They mellow you out enough that you're not going to pull your gun on anyone in the meantime. And send you out on the ship. You all, after the psychological adjustment and your packing, you all hop onto the transport that takes you up to the Leviathan. Takes probably about 20 minutes for you to get from the lunar surface into the ship, settled in, and jump ready. You're the last transport that's going up there. When the ship itself jumps, you can each sort of feel yourselves sort of pulled, like your consciousness expands out to take in the universe around you. Like you become aware. It's like spending a second in the infinite perspective vortex. You become aware of just everything that's around you on both the physical and the subquantum scale. And then your awareness slaps back into your body. I need each one of you to make a psi roll for me, please.
What roll?
Make a what?
Psi roll. Just your psi score.
Psi roll.
2. I'm gonna die.
All right.
Oh.
No, you're all fine. You have a bit of a headache, Tlaco. As does Virus, you got 0, right?
Yeah, I got 0.
Yeah. So Tlaco, you have a slight headache, but it's not anything that's like debilitating. The rest of you are basically okay after just a few moments. And you're told that you are arriving at orbital distance from Khantze. The first mission that your group is going to go on is to accompany one of the frigates that's going down to the Lugian surface. Khantze is a planet that is currently under incursion from aberrants. The equatorial band where most of the humans live is largely still controlled by humans, but there are warring aberrant factions in the North and South Poles. So your job is to go down there, deliver this shipload of supplies, and say a quick round of, how's everybody doing? Hugs, yay, and then get back on the ship and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, I'm really good at hugs. So.
So you, anybody want to do anything before you hop off onto the frigate and head down?
Are we all required to leave the ship?
You've all been asked to go on the frigate, yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to send a message to Mr. Williams.
Okay. What would you like that to say?
Tell him to never forget what he did. That's all I was going to say.
Love it. So this is the basic layout of the ship. We have the bridge, a hangar for Vargs, which are like mechs, basically, like one-person mechs. Engineering, primary sensors and tactical. Personnel decks, which is where you'll be by default, unless you want to be somewhere else. The medical deck, the ship's nutrient pouch, because it is a biotech ship. That's where its food is stored. Or one of the cargo holds, or the secondary sensors output. Which, where would you all like to be?
Just to clarify, is that just like a giant meat grinder on the front?
Yeah, it's a bunch of gears, but yes, yeah, you can just shove an aberrant in there and let them explode.
Interesting. I'm kind of curious about how that works. Will we be seeing that?
Maybe.
I'd like to be where that happens. Really curious of what that looks like.
You want to be in engineering checking that out?
Sure.
All right, so we'll move Tlaco to engineering.
Where's the engines?
Throughout the entire engineering section.
I want to be where the most heat is.
Okay.
I would also like to be in engineering.
All right.
Because I have that spell, the thermokinesis equilibrium or whatever.
Right.
So I'm not affected by heat, and I want to be left alone.
And Talos, where would you
Brooding.
like to be?
Talos definitely has FOMO right now, but he should probably stay in the medical deck for a while to like get used to the new digs. So
Excellent.
he'll just like look at engineering every once in a while, like, oh, and then go back to his work.
So you're flying along. You get about 20 minutes into your trek or so. It's relatively uneventful. You're checking out the engines, digging, Virus, you're absorbing some heat or releasing some heat, chilling out, as the case may be. Few seconds. Sorry, my PDF reader is moving super slow. Um, do any of you have a psi of 3 or higher?
3.
You.
Okay. So those of you with a psi of 3, go ahead and roll your psi. Okay. All right. What is your psi minus composure, Ailey?
Psi minus composure. 1.
Okay. So you have a level 1 complication that will last for the rest of the scene. So everything you do is going to require you to overcome that 1 complication. As you start to feel overwhelmed by input. And what's your psi minus composure, Chaz?
1.
Okay, you also have a level 1 complication. As you both feel this massive shock of corruption energy pulse forth from the bridge.
Oh, that's bad.
That's not good.
Super bad, yeah. That's the energy that aberrants use. And the rest of you feel the pulse as well, but not nearly to that extent.
Virus?
Are you okay?
Paco?
Are you okay?
Get to the bridge.
What was that?
Like, major corruption.
Do you need help?
I'm fine. Go. Bridge.
Okay.
All right, so who is going to make their way to the bridge?
I guess both of us, because she told us both to go.
Are you staying in engineering, or are you making your way to the bridge as well?
I will follow, but slower and sneakier because I do not have weapons.
All right. Excellent.
This thing that we have to overcome. Can I like accelerate that and overcome it?
With your vitakinesis?
Yeah.
No. You would need. Oh wait, hold on. With accelerate?
Yeah.
If you can overcome the complication when you activate your accelerate, you should be able to.
Gotcha. Yeah, let's give that a shot.
All right.
So I would roll this Latrosis on my aptitude.
So you would roll your psi.
My side.
Yep. And you're looking for. Okay, you can reduce the condition by an amount equal to mode dots plus successes, provided that you succeed.
Okay. Let's give it a nope. All right, screw it.
Right, yep. No, your eggs are too scrambled for that sort of nonsense.
Yeah,
But
not the time to be doing delicate psionic medical stuff.
But that will be the start of the first turn. So who would you like to go after you?
Let's say Tlaco. Tlaco seems like They're in a good position.
And Tlako, you are moving to the bridge, correct?
Correct.
So each action, effectively, you can move one section of the ship unless you have some sort of movement power. So we're going to go ahead and move you up to this deck here. And once you arrive in that deck, you can start hearing like the sounds of blaster fire and screaming.
Hey,
Who would you like to go next?
I think Ferris was behind me, so might as well move on to Ferris. Sorry, Fyrus.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm headed up too, because I assume I don't hear the blaster fire yet. So
You do not, but when you get into the next area, you also hear that blaster fire and mess. Explosions. Who would you like to go next?
Charlo, since we don't know who we're fighting yet.
I mean, you can give it to the unseen enemies if you wish to.
Yeah, I don't want them to go twice. So I guess I'll do that.
You hear a scream from the deck, like, "Oh God, there's so many!" Ah! And they pass it on to Charlo.
Okay, I'm gonna stop by medical to check on Talos.
All right, so you duck into the medical deck. You run in, and Talos is like holding their head, like blood coming out of their nose. You've got a bit of blood in your ear.
You too.
Yeah, I can see I got you as well. Do you know what's going on?
Corruption on the bridge. I sent Tlako and Virus. We should also probably head over there, I guess.
Agreed. Yeah.
All right, and who would you like to pass your initiative to then?
Talos.
Then I guess I'll start heading to the bridge, knowing Charlotte's going to follow. So I get next up is personnel deck.
Yep. So you get up to 5 to the personnel deck, and from there you can hear this sort of screaming, and smashing coming out of the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Charlo, I'm assuming you're following. Is that correct? So who would you like to hand it off to, Talos?
And you said if we all go before the enemy go, they get to go twice. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I'll
But you were effectively the start of the new round.
Then Tlako.
I will keep running.
All right. You dive into the turbo lift, which dumps you out onto the bridge. And you see a number of aberrants. There are about 12 dead crew members on the bridge right now. 6 are still up and moving.
Are those the blasters?
No, the blasters are also aberrants. So you see...
Okay, gotcha.
The blasters have, like... They look mostly human, but their skin is, like, tainted orange. And there's, like, a sort of green pulsing underneath in their vein network. And their hair looks like veinous almost. Their eyes are glowing. You also see a creature that looks probably about twice the size of a human being that just has tentacles everywhere, just slapping around. It's like choking out the captain with one arm and slapping like a science officer with another arm. And then you see this giant four-limbed bug-like creature that you can only assume is the big boss of the aberrants.
Okay.
What would you like to do? Step in.
I'm going to manipulate my body and make them some weapons. And let's go ahead and... So I have to roll again, right?
Yep.
And remind me, sorry, which ones I'm rolling?
It's your psi.
Zero.
All right, so you just get your mode dots and tags.
Okay.
And you also gain an enhancement for not getting any, or not an enhancement, I'm sorry, momentum. So now you have 7 in the momentum pool.
Okay. Am I able to run up and make an attack, or does that pretty much take up my turn?
That takes up your turn. What tags are you giving
Cool.
yourself?
Let's do soft again and piercing.
All right, excellent. Who would you like to hand it off to?
Much as I don't really want to, I'm going to hand it off to them because I just ran in here. I'm not really a surprise, so
That's
the bad
fair.
guys.
All right, each of the blasters is going to take out one of the crew members. As is the Warped Monstrosity and Tentacled Horror 2. Tentacled Horror 1 is going to run up on you and let go with an attack routine. So it's going to try to smack you about the face, neck, and shoulders. Hi, mouse. Behave. There we go. What are you resisting this with? Stamina, I would assume?
Yeah, stamina.
All right. Is your stamina a
4.
2 or better? All right, yeah. And you got the soft armor. Yeah, so
Yep.
it smacks you like across the face. And it, like, though it doesn't actually damage you, like the difference between the simulation hit and a real hit becomes very stark in your mind as you feel this
Fair
tentacle
enough.
smack you in the face.
Blah, 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 blah.
And they will hand off to Phyrus.
I'm running in.
All right. You come running in just as you see your good buddy catching a tentacle to the face.
And I assume I moved and can't do anything, or can I do something?
It'll let you. You'll be able to get in. You're basically you hop on a turbo lift that shoots you out the other side.
Okay.
On your turn.
All right. So I guess I'm handing it off to Charla then.
Oh no! I mean you can act. That's what I'm saying. Like, you hop on
I
the
thought you
turbo
said I
lift.
couldn't.
You can.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what's the difference between soft and hard on armor?
Soft
How do
armor.
I decipher?
Soft armor increases the difficulty of dealing you damage by its rating. Hard armor gives you extra health levels. And that should be written on your sheet for the hard armor that you have.
I was looking at the notes.
Oh, because you can buff up your armor with pyrokinesis, right?
Uh-huh.
And you can also extend that around your allies. And you
Right.
can attack through it, which is fucking gross.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking about doing.
Okay.
But I wasn't sure if I should use a psi or a kinetic.
It's a good question.
So,
Kinetic will stop things that are
like
physical.
Yeah, the psionic bullshit is the energy shield, right?
Right, and that'll stop psionic, and I believe it also stops like aberrant energy.
Yeah, radiation.
Right.
Well, right now, do I see anybody wielding any weird fire or cold with their mind?
You do see like the blasters are like shooting energy beams out of what appear to be like weird nodules or glands on the back of their hands.
Okay, so energy shield it is then. And I use one side point
Yep.
as a reflexive action. So does that mean I can't do it?
No, that means that you can do it and you can still take regular action.
Oh, okay. So I have 2 side points, I think. Yeah. So I just toggle one of those?
No. Your side points are what's normally tracked for health in your character sheet.
Oh.
You have 5 side points.
Ooh. Okay, so I'll drop down to 4. Then. And then I roll? Because it says I can use successes to increase the range.
Roll your psi.
Which is 2.
If you want to tap into the momentum pool for extra dice, you can, if everybody's cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many should I use? I think we have 6.
You have 7 in the momentum pool
Yes.
right now.
Yep.
So should I roll like 4 of them for 6 total dice? Yes. 2 successes.
Excellent.
So did I extend the range or?
Yes, so that's under psychokinesis. 1 second. Energy shield.
Yeah. And it's 2 dots. So was that actually supposed? No, it was supposed to be 6. Okay.
Yep. So,
And that's how long it lasts, right?
Yeah, it cuts off all of the environmental indirect damage with continuous tag. Protects against physical manifestations of psionic power like electricity blasts. Lasts your mode times dots and duration, and can activate it reflexively. Okay, so when you're extending the range, yeah,
I just
so
wanted to cover it.
it goes out.
Me.
Yeah, you can have extend it out around yourself and Tlaco, and with that extra success, you can also bring in your friends when they get there.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted to cover the doorway or the like elevator shaft that they came up, so they're not like hi and they eat a blast through the face.
Right. Right. Exactly, and that creates, your mode dots. And
Just 2.
Yep. So everybody gets 2 soft armor when they come through against energy attacks. Perfect.
Wow.
Who would you like to hand it off to?
Am I the second person to go this turn, or
You are the second person to go this turn. Yep.
No, wait, Talos went first.
Third.
Yep.
okay? So then Charlotte, because the enemies already went this round. So
Yep.
Charlotte is then.
Does the ship have any internal security measures?
Aside from personnel who are currently in, you're assuming they're in the sensor bay, because that's also where the weapons are corralled.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other personnel. The ship was being escorted from the outside by 4 fighters.
Okay.
There are Vargs in the Varg hold. If you wanted to go hop into one, you could. Those are all meant to be delivered down to the surface, but they are
I don't
there.
know what that. There's what?
Vargs, they're like mechs, like
Oh, neat.
yeah, like hopping into a fucking tiny Gundam.
I'm gonna get one of those.
All right, so you duck over to the Varg hangar.
Are they like Matrix level mechs, or are they like full on like BattleTech mechs?
They're like BattleTech but smaller, I guess.
Gotcha.
I mean, they're pretty gross. Yeah, they're pretty sick to use.
That's awesome.
So, Charlotte, you hop into the mech hangar. And when you arrive there, there's basically two types of mechs that are being stored in here. One is a little difficult to maneuver inside the ship due to its size, called a flame cloud. You would basically be moving at about half speed. There's also the Spirit Warrior variant, which are smaller. You'll be able to move at a normal speed while you're in them and be able to get around the inside of the ship. It's not quite as tough as the Flame Cloud, but it is present.
Let's take the flame cloud.
All right. You'll take the rest of the turn getting into the Flame Cloud.
Cool.
You have to climb up it, like Ripley and Alien getting into the
I'm coming.
loader. Who would you like to give your action to?
Talos.
All right, tell us what you got.
So I can use one of the momentum, assuming all willing, to try to undo Charlot's thing, consuming she's now a Gundam pilot, right?
To undo her what thing?
She's bleeding through the airs.
Oh,
So
sure.
if I did, okay. So
Oh,
assuming
yes. Yep, with your quick first aid.
yeah. So I'm gonna run in there, and if everyone's okay, use one momentum to make it easier because I'm still kind of scrambled eggs brain.
Yeah.
Right.
So instead of 3, I rolled a 4.
Excellent. Yeah, that will overcome. You no longer suffering any complications, Charlotte. And that then hands it off to the villains, who now get 2 swipes. So, before we get into this next round of combat, we are at time. What's everybody's schedule like today? You want to go a round or 2 into this, or do you want to pass it off? Do we have to hard wrap?
I'm fine either way.
I've got a little extra time.
So
Little extra time. 3 orange whips. All right, cool. The blasters are all going to concentrate their fire on you all now that the rest of the bridge crew's dead.
So they did go this turn because I passed it off to them.
Oh, did you not get a turn yet?
Well, so if everyone went and we're
yep,
now at the beginning of the new turn, they shouldn't get 2 turns.
They get 1 turn, right. Right. Yes, you're right.
I kind of wanted them to test the strength of my shield, though.
They're about to. The ship rocks.
Like in a good way? Like, yeah! Or
Yes. No, like it just got hit from outside by something powerful and or heavy.
It's actually just the AC/DC tour space bus.
Right.
It just ran into us.
sidewiped
Yeah.
You can hear that, over the radio, the fighter pilot's talking about engaging hostile aberrants.
Well, fuck.
And they are going to take their turns at you. So, there's 4 blasters. That's 4 shots. And you've got a +2 to your soft armor, right?
Does that stack with my own soft?
Yes.
Okay.
The first one targeting Tlaco gets 4 successes. The second one targeting Tlaco gets 1 success. The third one targeting Fyrus gets 4 successes. And the fourth one targeting Fyrus gets 1 success. So, the 1 successes, I don't know why that rolled twice. So I guess both of them got 4 on you, Tlako.
I have 5 soft armor.
Virus.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, they get a +2 enhancement, so that makes a total of 7. So you have 5 soft armor. Is that correct?
And 4 stamina.
Right. So effectively, with this, because you're not fighting like mooks, roll your stamina to see if you can absorb the damage. You'll have 1 injury condition coming in.
There we go. 2
All right.
successes.
Yep. So they both hit, and you are good to go. What is your current soft armor plus stamina, Flacco?
7.
Oh, it was plus the soft armor and stamina?
No, I'm sorry. I meant just soft armor. I apologize.
Just soft armor is 3.
3. All right. So you'll need to make a stamina roll against difficulty 3.
0. No.
All right. So they hit you with 1 injury condition,
Yep.
which I would assume is going to first take out your armor, right? You're wearing hard armor? Or are you not wearing any armor?
Was that an option?
Do you have, under armor, do you have anything listed on your sheet?
My dog has some shit to say about that.
You can't get hurt.
How dare you?
Yes, I have hard 3, soft 2.
Okay, so you will lose your first level of hard armor from that hit. You still have hard 2. All right. The tentacled horror is going to take a swipe at you as well. And this goes against just a straight up stamina check. Unless you want to take a defensive stunt. Because you haven't gone yet, right?
Yeah, I will attempt to duck out of the way.
All right. You make it athletics and then whatever. I would assume dexterity, probably. Whatever attribute you feel is most appropriate.
So 6. 4 successes.
All right. Throw this mouse in the river. They got 4 as well, which is enough for you to or no, they get their enhancement, so they will hit. So you will take 2 levels of damage from this because it's a scaled attack. So they hit you and basically rip through the rest of your armor.
Okay.
And that passes it off to you.
Well, that sucks. I'm going to try and stab that tentacle horror, ideally to death. Let's find out how that works.
All right. That'd make your close combat, and then what are you relying on? Might?
Okay. So 7. 2 successes.
All right. Now, was the tentacled horror you're taking a swipe at?
Yeah.
All right. It basically hits their hide. What's your total enhancement with that attack then? Because it's your enhancement equal to your mode dots, right?
So 2.
Okay, so that still does not break its defense enough to cause damage. You hit its hide and it's rock solid. Who would you like to hand it off to?
So Talos went.
Yep. So
that was the beginning of this turn, right?
Right. So you were the end of this turn. So you can hand it off to anybody safely.
I really want to see that mech in action. So let's go to Charlo.
All right.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to the bridge, I guess, with my new mech.
All right, you're moving at half speed, so you'll basically get there unable to act at the end of the turn because of the size of the mech. But you see, you're also going to have to do a little damage to the ship because that's a lift tube. So you're going to just need to move the lift out of your way.
That's probably fine. I think she'll forgive me.
All right.
I love the concept of me just showing up in an elevator wearing a mech. Amazing.
Yeah.
Just like, ding, doors open.
I'm completely on board with this.
Yeah. You all hear like this horrible crunching sound come from the elevator shaft, but then followed by like slam, 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 ding. And it opens up, and you see like this. It's vaguely humanoid-shaped arms and legs. It's got a square top with like the Legion's symbol spray painted on the front of it, effectively, like airbrushed on it. And there's a pair of like flamethrowers on the forearms, and like a basically lightsaber kicks off in its hand. So yes, you have a lightsaber, basically.
It's like in
the non-lightsaber hand.
It's like when Hulk comes into the arena and Thor is like, yes! That's
Beautiful. And who would you like to hand your initiative off to?
Fyrus.
No.
No?
You need to hand it off to the enemies or they get to go twice.
I thought they already went this one.
Yeah, they already went this turn.
They?
Yep. So
Yeah.
you've got you've still got Talos to fall back to.
Oh, okay. Well then, hell yeah, let's go. So what is the most dangerous looking thing in the room?
The big bug in the back, probably.
Big bug in the back.
The warped monstrosity.
Okay. What does it look like? It's a big bug.
It looks like a glowing beetle that's about 15 feet tall, with an extra set of arms.
Glowing in the way as in it like gives off heat glowing?
Yes,
or?
very much so. Like it is, like it has like an internal combustion happening.
Oh, that's neat.
So now the question is, if I make it hotter, does it explode? Or do I need to make it colder? I guess there's no insight.
You could make a science roll.
Sure. I'm probably really bad at that. Let's look. Yeah, I got a solid 0 points in science.
Yeah.
So I assume I can't even roll.
Yeah, your best guess is you could make just like a straight intellect roll if you wanted to. But your best guess would probably be that if it's generating heat, cooling it off would be its.
Okay. Well, I'm going to flash it, but with cold.
All right. Go ahead and make that attack check if you don't mind.
And am I angry? Am I allowed to be mad? Am I brute forcing this flash?
You can brute force this flash, absolutely.
All right. Will Astral send it, though? That's the real question. It will. 4 successes.
Excellent. And you get the +2 enhancement, so you crack through its defense.
I'm so mad.
Strangely enough, yeah. And that's with the frozen tag. So what tags are on that? That has a stun tag to it, right?
Tags.
Combined stun? Isn't that one of the
It
tags?
has aggravated, non-lethal, spread, and weighted for cold tags.
Shit. All right. Yeah, so you rip into it and you see like the core where it's like glowing like this orangish hot glow start to like dim and turn like frosty, and it lets out this horrendous squeal. And it fucking opens a hole in the universe and pops through that hole.
So it's like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah, it fucking dips. It breaks out.
Neat.
However, it does not take its buddies with it.
Well, the question is the hole still open?
It pretty much closes the instant that it passes through.
Ah, okay.
He runs. He's not having that shit. What's up?
Maybe
Can't see
like
both my arms up because I don't have a green screen up yet because we keep forgetting to buy thumbtacks. But
Or maybe what, Ailey?
to the side a bit.
Get out of the way.
Yeah, she's very politely asking
you
through the-
fucking piece of shit. Like, I'm just, I totally don't fully understand that you're there until you like nudge me.
And so are you passing it to Talos or are you passing it to the Aberrants?
No, the mech is the last one to go, or do we only have one person left? Or
Talos is the only one that has not gone this turn.
All right. Well, I guess it's
On your
aberrant time
side.
then.
Okay.
So they don't go twice, right?
Yeah, I
Or-
mean it's up to you. Yeah.
So if we keep passing back to the aberrants, we get momentum though, yeah? Or how does momentum work?
momentum you get from like failed rolls, things along those lines. Yeah.
But if I do pass to, I want to say Talos, but that's wrong.
Yeah, tell us.
What the hell's your name? Oh, okay. If I do, they don't go twice, right? Because they already went this round.
Right.
Okay, then Talos it is.
The elevator is now smashed, yeah?
Yes.
It's fine. It's just bigger.
There is like a Jeffrey's tube style thing
Like
you can
crawl-
climb up.
All right, let's crawl up and let's see the horror that will undoubtedly shock me.
All right, yeah. So you climb up there, and you basically get there at the end of your turn, and you do see that there's like just carnage everywhere. The captain has been ripped in half. Several of the crew members have been, either split in the middle by laser blasts or pulled apart by tentacles. You're fairly certain it's a little late for any medical treatment for any of them. Who would you like to go next?
That's kind of defeatist. We could have built the $1 Million Man point two. Just
If I
stitch
can
some
choose-
people together.
Anyone, I think the mech should be able to do what the mech do.
Excellent. Another blast from outside the ship sort of rocks everybody, but you're all kind of ready for it. The aberrants don't seem to be. So this will cause them a +2 complication on their actions this turn. And we have our mech pilot. So you're going to try to hit him with this lightsaber thing that just came out of your hand?
Hell yeah.
All right. So this is going to be a close combat roll. What would you like to rely on for your attribute for this?
Cool. Let's see. I have 0 combat skills.
Okay.
Dang. I'm gonna be tricky.
All right. You're going to sort of feint and like whip it around. Go ahead and make a cunning roll. You have. Would you like to spend the enhancement on it before you?
I already rolled. Am I allowed to?
If you want to spend momentum, you can spend momentum to re-roll failed dice. So you got 1 success on how many dice?
4?
You can spend up to 3 momentum to re-roll those failed dice.
Are y'all okay with me using momentum?
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 left in the pool, so might as well burn it up.
Yeah, I'll use 1.
All
I only
right.
need 2, right?
Yeah, you really only needed 1 to hit. So it's got enhancement 5. on it, and you negate the scale of the enemies that you're hitting. Are you going for the tentacled horror or one of the blasters?
I'll go ahead and just get the small guys out of the way so that it's easier to focus on the big guys.
Okay. So that grabs a hold of them, deals electrical damage to them. You can, let's see. You should have enough to buy a critical success. If you so chose.
Cool.
And that will, I'm pretty sure, drop one of the blasters. Check that, though. Oh, yeah. Blaster drops. Get rid of blaster 4. Bye, blaster 4. Who would you like to hand off to?
Let's go with Tlaco.
Flacco, what you got?
Smiling at the amazingness that just walked through the door, I will get out of the way, y'all. And I'm still focused on this tentacle horror right here because it is kind of in my face. It did hit me in my face, so let's hit it again. 7. 3 successes.
Nice. All right, so that hits for sure. Just enough to deal 1 level of damage, though.
Okay.
And it starts to like leak out like this purplish fluid that is a little bit glowy. It's kind of funky looking. Who would you like to hand off?
Do I know anything about these? Like, should we not get this on us?
Well,
or
you do know that aberrants are basically mutated by their corruption. And so long-term exposure to that can cause corruption diseases, which are effectively incurable.
But long-term?
Long-term, yeah.
Okay.
Normally, like in a fight, you don't have to worry too much about it. You're going to want to get a good shower after this, though. And wash your hands, stay socially distant, that sort of thing.
Right? I put on my mask.
Exactly. All right. So who would you like to hand off to?
Who has not gone this turn?
Pyrus has not gone this turn, and the aberrants have not gone.
Okay, well then I have to let the aberrants go. Because I don't want to get wailed on twice.
The one that you've stabbed shouts, "It's a lost cause!" And the one that's in the back of the bridge rips open a hull breach.
Oh, well, what? No.
Effectively allowing them to jettison and escape into space. And effectively pulling Pyrus and Tlaco toward the hull breach. Is there anything you would like to do to try to prevent that from happening to yourself?
So since I can
Charlotte won't have to worry about it, by the way. You're too heavy to get pulled out.
I mean, I didn't go yet, so I have like extra actions to like.
Right, you can take like an action, like an action to react to this as well.
Yep, I don't have any powers that will do anything, so I guess I'm just like making myself as big as possible to not get sucked out of the hole.
Grab onto me.
Yeah, you can grab Charlo. You also can try to use toe to grab something and hold on to it.
The hell's toe?
So it would be pushing your toe is your basic telekinesis power.
Where's that?
I have distance, touch, nudge, thermokinesis, and
Nudge, I'm sorry.
pyrokinesis.
Nudge would be what you'd be. Oh, maybe nudge won't do it. Actually, now that I look at it. All right. Nope. Yeah. So you'd have to physically grab onto Charlo, which is an option. Or you can
Guess
try to.
I'm doing that.
All right.
Is there like a bar that doesn't look like that it's attached to anything explosive?
Yeah, you're pretty sure that you can grab almost anywhere on the outside of this mech and not have any problems.
Okay.
Make a close combat might check. It's gonna be difficulty 3.
So that's 6 again.
See you guys later.
You reach up and whiff on it. You all gain a point of momentum for your pool as Fyrus gets pulled towards the outside of the ship.
I am extremely pissed off at myself. And whoever built this shitty fucking mech with no places to grab onto.
Can I try to grab him with my non-lightsaber hand?
You will be able to when it gets back to your turn effectively. So first, Tlaco, you have a reaction, like a reactive thing you can do. You're basically limited to one of your resistance pools.
Sorry, where is the resistance pool?
So your resistance attributes. So like it's composure, stamina, and resolve, right? Is that right?
I say resilience. Gotcha.
Resilience, yeah.
Okay.
Resilience. Sorry, I get all my shit. All these systems with similar terminology.
Okay, so because I can change my body shape, can I do that as a reaction?
Yeah. So if you wanted to like, Mr. Fantastic over the hole.
Absolutely.
You absolutely can.
Except for I will Mrs. Fantastic over the
Right, exactly. So, Fyrus, as you're like floating out backwards towards this hull breach, like fucking Hans Gruber falling off the top of Nakatomi Plaza, you see Tlaco like bullet past you, like dive toward the opening, and then just flatten out. And like a vaguely Fyrus-shaped impression shoots out into space about 15 feet, and then rubber bands back inside.
Love it. Love it.
That's far closer than I've ever wanted to get to you.
Yeah, they'll be showering after this for sure.
Hopefully not together.
With that, some more tech personnel come rushing in. They start to another parakinetic puts up a shield in front of the that was something you could have actually done. Now that I think about it, is you could have put up a force shield over the hole. Another one puts up a force shield over the hole. You start getting the bridge in order, clearing the bodies out, and making your way the rest of the way to land on Khantze, where you can deliver your supplies, get hugs, showers, and therapy for the dangers.
All the
you
therapy.
And that, my friends, is Skirmish at Khantze. So, any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns? Sorry about the tech issues with my computer. I don't know why I'm having a bad appliance day, but
it happens.
Everybody have a good time? Did you enjoy the system? Any questions about how that worked?
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Sweet.
I like the momentum, so you can't just perpetually fail. Eventually, you have to succeed in some way.
And you can you can get other different tricks you can buy with it too. And there's different character types. So like talents get inspiration, and they can actually spend that to do like dramatic editing, where they change the environment with their inspiration. Like, this guy is weak against kryptonite. Good thing I have a handful of that in my pocket. It's neat stuff. But for those of you who are watching at home, thank you so much for checking this out. This adventure is actually a community content thing that I created It's up on the StoryPath Nexus right now to purchase. So I'm going to throw a link to that in the chat, and I recommend that you check it out. And if you're into StoryPath stuff, creating for the StoryPath Nexus is an excellent way to get your get the things that you make for your own table out there, make you a few extra bucks. I'm a huge fan of community content. It's really kind of how I got my footing in the industry. I highly recommend checking it out and doing some creation there. While I throw that link up there, let's go ahead and do our outros. Let's start them off with Ailey. Go ahead and give us your pertinence, please.
Hello, I am Ailey, she, her pronouns, and I'm a fetish model. You can find me on Twitter at Kitty Curiosity, and I'm also part of an X-rated RPG stream called Roll for Seduction, and you can find us on Twitter at Roll Seduction or online at rollforseduction.com. Only check me out if you're over the age of 18, though.
Grown folks only, please. Next,
She should get to pass it off who she wants to.
You should, yes. Who would you like to go next?
Oh, that's so much pressure.
Just kidding.
Clockwise, Jeremy, go.
Okay. I'm Jeremy Hochhalter. I wasn't expecting that, so now I'm like, wait, who am I?
Who did this to you?
Right. So you can find me on Twitter at WHPubs, here on Twitch at WH Publications, and WH Publications over on Facebook as well. This last Friday, I published, I'm going to throw the link in here, Vigil Watch Dromius, which is a tie-in to a Youngman's Guide to Galspad Part 5, and it talks about the Minotaur home city. So go check that out. Pick up a copy if you want to. Leave an amazing review. That would be awesome. Chaz.
Rock and roll.
So hi, I am Chaz, he, him. And I'm a PhD student who studies storytelling and video games and music and how all those things like intertwine to make like fun experiences. I play in Jeremy's game on Friday, and on Wednesdays on Jeremy's channel, WH Publications, on HPubs Publications.
Yep. Publications. Yeah.
We have a Final Fantasy 14 actual play that happens on 3:30 Eastern.
Yeah.
That includes Jeremy and a bunch of just super fun peeps. So check it out.
Nope.
And Trick.
Hi. I was the Rage Lord today in game. I played Virus. I go by Trick. They were he, him. I'm he, him as well. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch who tries to focus on level design as much as possible. I've been doing a lot of variety stuff lately. Iron Harvest and Battletech. So if you're interested in anything like that, the game's a backdrop. I talk about just about anything. So make sure to stop by and say, hey. I've also been recently really working hard on D&D Patreon. I just did a paid post today on that, I think, for some more stuff. So if you're interested in any of that or want any feedback or things like that, hopefully this month I'll be running my first game ever in that environment that I've been working on for the book thingy mabobberdoodle. So yeah,
Sweet
stuff.
Rock and roll. And I've been Travis Legg, he, him. I'm the person responsible for this shit show, and normal Mondays, the shit show of Scarredlands, A Family Affair. You can find me here. You can find me on the Onyx Path Twitch. You can find me anywhere on the internet as at Travis Legg. Please do check out Trinity Continuum if you have not done so. Check out Scarredlands if you have not done so. And keep an eye on this space because we have a bunch of news coming up very shortly regards to some Frostlands of Fenrilic streams coming up and a whole bunch of fun stuff surrounding that. We also have some stuff coming up next month with Chaz doing a little bit of a tour of Vigil Watch for us with some actual plays. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. Stay out of trouble. Be good to yourselves and each other. Wash your hands, social distance, all that jazz. And we'll see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.